Okay, I need to tell you guys this story, and I'm really gonna try to keep it as short as I can, but there's a lot of moving parts to this story. So I posted a video the other day talking about like a silly moment that I had, like an embarrassing moment when I worked at the club in Boston, right? I get a text from my roommate at the time, and she was like, dude, this video is killing me because, dude, like, our lives were just, like, what the hell were we doing back then? Do you remember that apartment that we lived in? Like, like, what the fuck? Our lives were crazy. And I was just like, oh my God. And it sent me down this rabbit hole of this apartment that I lived in. And I really think that this experience and this was like my first time living anywhere outside of my parents' home. I think it truly like shaped me into who I am today because of the things that used to happen at this goddamn apartment building. One moment in particular, so it was a basement. Our unit was in the basement, okay? This apartment building was just horrid. It was so awful, but we thought we were like, hey, like we were like, it's our own place. We didn't give a shit, right? Because it was just like our own place. We were young, we didn't care. So it was a basement unit, fucking like office ceiling tiles, low ceilings, just horrible. There's like barely any windows throughout this apartment, right? And probably like 6 units in the whole building. And there was 2 in the basement. So ours was to the left, and then there's another one to the right. There was this older single woman who lived by herself. And my roommate and her girlfriend, they were like cool with her. They would like invite her over and like they would smoke weed with her. I'd come home and they'd be like just all chilling, smoking, fucking. I'd be like, hey girl, like, okay, right? So I didn't really talk to this lady that much. I like would chit chat with her, but she was a little cuckoo, but like she was cool. So there was one night where I had a friend of mine sleeping over. This is a friend from the club. And she follows me on here, so she could attest to this situation. So if you're watching, Jill, hello. So I had a friend sleep over from the club, and it's probably like 4 in the fucking morning. It's in the middle of the winter too. Mind you, the way that this apartment was set up, the insulation was horrible. It was a very old building. So my roommate, my roommate and her girlfriend, their room had a window in it, a pretty big window. And you could just feel, even with the window closed, it was so, you could feel the draft. Like it was just, even with the heat on, it was still so much colder in their room than the rest of the house. My room didn't have any fucking windows, okay? Not a singular window in my room. So it would get like stupid hot in my room if they turned the heat on. And I'd be like, guys, please, can we turn it on? And they'd be like, we're freezing. And it was just awful, okay? So there was this room inside of my bedroom. So imagine this was my bedroom, right? There was a door, okay, that you would open it and it leads into this like tiny little like storage space. And then there was another door that had this like fire alarm handle situation on it.